Hello guys, welcome to the channel. My name's Jamie and we're going to be starting off the Rossoneri Rampage series today with AC Milan on Football Manager 2018. You can probably see from my head that I'm currently wearing a West Indies cricket hat, which isn't ideal in terms of the fact we're supposed to be managing AC Milan, but I need to get my hair cut at some point this afternoon, so you'll have to bear with me on that. But yeah, we've already played the pre-season. I've made a few transfers as well, so we're going to basically kick things straight in to the domestic league season in the Serie A. Obviously, I'm aware that this is a beta and we've only got another week or two before the full game is released, so we want to try and kick on as much as possible in that period. So, without further ado, guys, I'm going to run that intro, and I'm sure a few of you lads might like this one. So let's run the intro and get into the first episode of the Rossoneri Rampage.
Campionato di calcio italiano.
Okie dokie then. Well, it feels good to be back, doesn't it? It feels good to be back playing some Football Manager content. It's been a while on the channel. We've been away playing other things such as Cricket Captain. So, welcome back then, guys. Buongiorno, as the Italians say. And we're going to start off and take a look at the schedule just to see how we've gone on in our pre-season. So, let's go on to the schedule first of all. And we can see that things didn't start too well for us. Starting off with a 2-1 defeat against Monaco. We then drew 1-1 against Vannes OC. We drew 0-0 against Bordeaux, and that was a real shutout, boring game. Now, Parma, we lost 1-0, and we did dominate that game, and I kind of felt that that was the start of where the team started to perform a little bit better for me. We then played Cittadella, and that was the first time we implemented the new tactic, the system that I'll show you in a second. We then lost 3-1 to Chelsea, but to be honest, they were a much better team than us on the night. We played well, we had a lot of possession in that game, but unfortunately we couldn't make it pay. Then we beat Brann 2-1, which is a good performance. We beat Sporting 2-0, again another good performance. Brann we beat 3-0, and we were 3-0 up at half time. Second half was a disaster. They got 2 goals back in, and they were very in it in the last 5 or 10 minutes of the game. But we managed to hold firm, put out the old concentrate and tighten up shouts, and that managed to get us the job done. Then came a 4-1 friendly victory over Liverpool, which was kind of the turning point for us. We followed that up with a 3-0 victory over Azara Chena, or Arza China, and Tronchin we beat 1-0 in the Europa League playoff leg 1. Now, let's go and have a look at the tactics first of all. This is the kind of system that I've implemented. I had this position over here as a wide playmaker, but I've just gone on to putting him in as an inverted winger. So we've got the 4 at the back with the goalkeeper standard. We've got the ball winning midfielder in the defensive midfield role. We've got the box-to-box midfielder in the support role. We've got an inside forward on support. We've got an advanced playmaker on support, and we've got the forward up top. And I think this system here, it's an asymmetric system, and I think hopefully this will enable us to do a lot better than we probably would do with a standard formation. I've done a little bit of testing in my own time to try and format the best kind of playing style for Milan, and I'm not going to lie, I've struggled quite a lot, and a few people that I've seen on Twitter have also struggled quite a bit. So I'm going to go with this first of all, and we're going to see how this goes. It might be a little bit of tweaking in between, but we're going to stay as this standard mentality, fluid shape. Let's have a quick look at the team instructions there for any of you guys that might be interested. I think we've got the tempo is normal, the time wasting is sometimes, width is balanced, closing down to more, shorter passing, normal defensive line, playing out of defence and exploiting the flanks with the overlap as well. So I'm not a tactical genius at all, to be honest, and I just enjoy playing the game. So we'll see how this one goes. Now, next up we're going to take a look at is the transfers. Now, we started off with a £17.8 million budget, which we have spent pretty much all of. Obviously, we've got these players to come in, which had already been sent from the game. We have signed Lincoln from Flamengo for £1 million with add-ons to add an extra £5 million in. He's joining us in a couple of years, well, a year and a half's time, by which point, I mean, he's 16 now. He's going to be a fantastic player. He's one of the brightest young prospects on the game, and I was very happy to snap him up early doors. We also signed Eric Ayer, who's going to join us next year, coming to us on a free transfer. There's a lot of developing to do. He's 17 years of age, but I think we could develop him into something half decent, and we could look to sell him on for a profit in the future. Now, completed transfers we have done so far. So first man out of the door was Davide Calabria, and he has gone to Udinese on a season-long loan deal because we've got Ignacio Abate, Andrea Conti, and we've also brought in DeAndre Yedlin on loan, which we'll touch on that upon in a moment. So next in is Christian Zapata, next out is Christian Zapata, who we sold for £4.5 million. Now, I think I could have got perhaps a little bit more for him. He's gone to Lazio, and I mean, he's 30 years of age. He's probably got 1 or 2 more years, but with having Romagnoli, Musacchio, Bonucci at the back, he's going to really struggle. We've got Jefferson Vergara as well in there. So I thought we could cash in, get a bit of money through the door for him. We also signed Luca Antonelli to West Brom for £6.75 million. Now, I admit we sold him probably a little bit less than what we would have liked. He was valued at £7.5 million. He's gone up to £10 million for the switch to the Premiership. But again, you know, he's nothing special, to be honest. And we've got players in here that are going to be able to take on his role. 30 years of age, he was making a lot of mistakes in the pre-season. So I was kind of, you know, not pleased to get rid of him, really. Next out of the door was Gustavo Gomez, who has gone to Lazio for £100,000 a month with his full wages paid by Lazio. He's still obviously contracted to us, but again, with the likes of Musacchio, Romagnoli, Bonucci at the back, he's going to struggle to get in that first team. And I just wanted him to get out there and get some first team experience. So I was happy to send him out. Now, the players that we have brought in, this is the important bit. So, first in through the door was Chukwudi Agur, who we bought in very cheaply. He's from the ASJ Academy for £97,000. And we brought him in, and he's already proven a very good investment. His value is now up to £250,000. We can see here that his stats are improving at a decent rate. He's got 4-star potential ability, and I think he could develop into a really decent defensive midfield prospect for us. He's only 18 years of age. Whether we'll get to see the full extent of his repertoire on this save remains to be seen, because obviously this is only the beta. Next up was Kenny Rocha Santos, another youth player we bought in for San Etienne. And he's valued at 1.8 million. He's a Cape Verdean, not an international just yet, but it won't be long before he is. He's got 5-star potential ability, or 4 maybe, is that? I think it's 4-star. Current ability of 1.5. And again, he's going to improve with experience, and he's one of the nice, exciting young prospects we brought in. Now, we went to Argentina for a raid. We've got 2 or 3 players from Argentina, which unfortunately we're not able to play. First of which was Fabricio Bustos, who are brought in as a kind of replacement for Antonelli, but also a backup for the right-hand side with Abate. Conti's out injured for quite a while, so I thought, well, if Abate got injured, we could bring this guy in. But unfortunately, I'm not able to play him. Now, he's got a potential ability of 4.5 stars, currently operating at 2.5. And again, I think he's going to develop into a really decent player in the future. 21 years of age, he's got plenty of time in which to develop. Next in was Emmanuel Reynoso, who came in from Argentina as well. He's got a potential ability of 4 stars. We got him on a good deal, and you know, he's got a few midfield positions in which he could fill, really. So I'm happy to bring him in, another Argentinian international. I think there's quite a few good South American players this year. We paid $5 million for him. I think we paid $1 million up front with 3 instalments of a total of $4 million, $1.33 million a year. So I'm happy with that. He's developing into a good player already. He's 21 years of age. He's going to have to sit it out for this season though, but next season he's going to be in the team. Now, the biggest buy that we've made this transfer window has been Andrea Bajic, or Balic. I'm not too sure on the pronunciation of that one, so leave that in the comment section down below if you know correctly how to spell it. Andrea Bajic from Udinese, 4.5 star potential ability. I've played him quite a bit in pre-season, and he's really excelled, to be honest. He's only 20 years of age. He's very much a raw player. He's got the frame, but he needs the time, he needs the experience and the game time and the years to build into himself. And I think he's going to be a big player for us in the future. Eddie Salcedo came in from Genoa for $750,000. Potential ability of 4.5 stars. 1.5 star current ability. again, 16 years of age. He's got plenty of developing to do, but I'm thinking he could be a real player of the future for AC Milan. Alessandro Cortinovis from Atalanta for £2 million, 4-star potential ability, and we've got a 1-star current ability, but again, 16 years of age, not too worried about that at the moment. I think he's going to develop into a really smart prospect in the future. I think definitely Alessandro Cortinovis could become one of the best Italian midfielders on the game. Next in is a loan deal. We've snapped up Emerson Hyndman, paying £7,500 a week for the season, and he's basically going to operate as like a cover for Luca, I forgot his name now, Manuel Locatelli rather, and Frank Kessie in that midfield role. And he's going to fill in. We can also fill in the attacking mid role if Suso or Bajic gets injured. So yeah, it was good to bring him in just for £7,500 a week, no upfront fees, which is good. It's a good deal for us. We also brought in DeAndre Yedlin as a cover to cover for any injuries to Abate or any injuries to Conte. He's already played a couple of friendlies for us in which he's done quite well actually. He set up a goal for us against Liverpool. I think he set up the first goal of the game actually, which was a beautiful cross on the right hand side. So DeAndre Yedlin is a AC Milan player for this season only, and we've also brought in Stefan Ilskanda from Leipzig, and I think he's going to be a very influential defensive midfielder for us. Now, he can play the kind of Locatelli role, which we're going to be implementing Locatelli in defensive mid role, but he's got really good stats for his position. Obviously, he's not the fastest player in the world. That didn't stop Andrea Pirlo. And yeah, I like his stats. He's played a Europa League game for us and a friendly, and he's performed well in both. So I'm expecting him to become a reasonable player for us this season. So here we go on to the actual squad itself. So we've got Gabriel Donnarumma. So Donnarumma obviously is the first choice keeper. We've got Bonucci, Paletta suspended, Masaccio, Romagnoli, Jefferson Vergara, Gustavo Gomez out on loan. We can actually shift him down to under 20s. Ignacio Abate, Andrea Conti, DeAndre Yedlin, Iskandar, Bustos, Calabria is also out on loan. We can shift him out as well. Ricardo Rodriguez, Lucas Biglia, Ricardo Montalivo, Frank Kessie, Andrea Bajic, Manuel Locatelli, Emerson Hyndman, Jose Mauri, Giacomo Bonaventura, Hakan Halhanoglu, or Kalhanoglu, I'm not too sure how to pronounce that one, Emmanuel Reynoso, Suso, Fabio Barini, Nicola Kalinic, Patrick Cutroni, and Andre Silva completes our first team here. So again, let's go back and have a look at the basic schedule that we've played so far. So we've gone through that already. We've got Lazio coming up in our first episode today. So I'm cautious of the fact that we want to press on with that. We don't want to make this one too long. Let's have a look at the dressing room atmosphere, which is described as very good, which is brilliant. There's a strong sense of unity between the players, and we should have no cause for complaint about the way things are going. We've won 3 games in a row. We have no unhappy players at the club. Many players who share a nationality, similar levels of professionalism. Managerial support is average. We've got a strong influence over a number of players, and also with players. The team are starting to blend well together. It's early days yet. We've only played friendlies, so we've got time in which to build that. So yeah, I think now we can have a quick look at the finances briefly. So we started off with 17 or so million in the transfer budget, and we spent the original budget 17 million. We've spent quite a bit of that. We've still got a decent wage budget. The scouting budget is good as well. We haven't really needed to scout anyone just yet, which I think we could probably look at doing. We're going to go and play that first game in today's episode against Lazio, and let's hopefully get off to a winning start with AC Milan. Welcome back then, guys. We're on the team talk page here, so we're going to go in and talk to the team. We're going to assertively tell them to... What should we tell them? Go out sure and make sure there's no doubt as to the reason why we're favourites. We're going to assertively tell them to go out there and make a difference, because that one worked quite well for us, didn't it, with the Stowe Bucharest save back in FM17. So we're going to try that one off there. And it's had a reasonable start. We've had quite a few thumbs up. Going to go with the standard tactic that we've already discussed. Now we're in the tunnel, and we're going to tell them that how much of a boost is Nani's absence to your chances of winning. I think it's unfair to single out individuals. I think it's not the best weather for football out there today. Do you think your condition will affect your performance? My players can adapt to any situation. It's not going to ail us. Now, analysis wise, we don't need to look at that just yet. We need to actually change the camera from 2D Classic to TV, and we're gonna up the camera height, I think, and we're gonna zoom out a little bit more, see what that looks like when it comes on. We're playing on key highlights just to kick things off, obviously, and we won't bother with the replays to start with. So we kick things off here. We're off in our first game, and it's AC Milan against Lazio. 15 minutes gone, and I'm just going to send out a little encouragement to the lads. We've gone with Donnarumma in goal, Abate right back, Romagnoli and Bonucci the centre pairing with Rodriguez at the back. Ilsanka rather will play the defensive mid role with Emerson Hyndman in the centre of midfield with Halanoglu down the left, Suso on the right, Bajic in the attacking mid role, and Andre Silva up front on his own. They're going with Strakosha in goal, Bastos, De Vrij and Radu at the back with Basta and Lulic wing backs, Lucas Leiva defensive midfielder, Milinkovic, Savic and Parolo in the centre of midfield with Caicedo and Immobile up top. So we're coming up to half time now, and we've struggled to get things on target. It's been a pretty boring game, to be honest, this first half. So we're just gonna team talk the lads. We're gonna assertively tell them we can still win this, keep working hard and it will come. And again, we're going to assertively tell them that you have the ability to make the difference out there today. And that's gone down quite well with the lads, actually. We're starting to get somewhere with them. Got quite a few thumbs up there. So I'm just going to go into the tactics, and I'm going to get them to, because the pitch is quite a lot watery out there, there's been quite a bit of rain, to get them to play a bit more direct. So we've kicked off for the second half, and it's Bastos now on the ball. He plays it to Sergei to Parolo. Halanoglu with a good tackle there. Comes back, plays it to Bonucci, who finds Emerson Hyndman out wide to Suso. Over again to Halanoglu to Bajic back to Emerson Hyndman. The ball is being passed around nicely today. Halanoglu to Bajic. Lovely cross in, and Suso puts the ball in the back of the net. Creeps around the back. Lovely bit of play that from AC Milan, and they have taken the lead here. Now we're going to encourage the lads again there. De Vrij plays the ball at field, but Bonucci comes out and clears the line. Now De Vrij has the ball back to Stratoshka, to Radu, to Lulic, to Lucas Leiva. Plays a lovely ball out wide to Basta. Basta is going to whip a ball in, and it gets on the head of Immobile, but he puts it over the bar, and Lazio miss a chance there to equalise. And we're doing all right at the moment. I think this kind of result against Lazio is very fair. We can't knock this at all. We're looking to be ahead, so we've got a goal kick here for Lazio. Radu is now on the ball, plays the ball, but Suso comes in, intercepts, but gets fouled by the left winger, but manages to get away with it. Radu on the ball now, plays it inside to Lucas Leiva. Parolo on the ball to De Vrij, back to Stratoshka, out wide to Radu, to Lulic now in space. Lulic finds Immobile, who beats the defender, takes a shot, but blasts it into the side netting, and the ball goes out for a goal kick now. Trying to look for any weak links in his team, and they all seem to be playing really well. Maybe Emerson Hyndman could be looking to bring him off perhaps in this second half, although we haven't really got much in which. Halanoglu with the free kick. What a save from Stratoshka there. Great free kick from Halanoglu. I might just start calling him Hakan, actually. It's a bit of a mouthful, that is now. Lulic on the charge down the right flank. We're trying to get back and chasing down. Really good tackle from our number 33. Good tackle that indeed. Now, I'm just going to tell them to concentrate now. Just because we're getting into the latter stages of the game, we don't want them to give anything away. I'm also going to go in and I'm going to try and get them to... I'm going to stay as we are, actually, I think, for now. Don't want to go in too fast. So we're still playing direct, so I'm just going to give this to 80 minutes. Actually, I'm going to stop there. So I'm going to go in now into the tactics, and I'm going to get them to go into shorter passing. I want them to retain possession, and I'm going to just get them to play out of defence. We're going to slow the tempo down, and we're going to keep things pretty much as they are elsewhere. We're going to keep them closed down. We're going to keep the normal defensive line, and we're going to make a change. We're going to bring off Hyman. We're going to bring on Montalivo to that bit of experience, and I think we'll probably just leave it at that. Or shall we bring on? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll bring on Kalinic for Silva, and we'll start the game off again. So we're now up to 80 minutes in this game now, and we're just gonna tell them now to tighten up. We're gonna put the mentality onto counter, and we've got around a minute or two left to go in this game. It's been quite a boring game, that said, but I think we've managed to sneak a result here against Lazio. I think we have deserved it. Statoshka with the goal kick, plays the ball upfield. Bonucci gets his head on it again. He's been brilliant at the back today, Bonucci. Ball goes out for a throw, and I think that's going to be it for today's game. And it is. AC Milan have kicked off the season with a 1-0 victory over Lazio. Beautiful cross from Hakan down that left wing, crossing it right over to Suso, who snuck round at the back post, and he managed to put the ball in the back of the net at the first time of asking. A lot of green in there, positive reaction from the players. We're going to leave the match. We've picked up that win. We currently sit 7th in the league. Napoli have managed to beat Udinese in the first game by a 3-goal margin. We're going to have a look at the schedule now. We're very happy with that. Lazio brushed aside. Lazio are a really good team, so to beat them 1-0 and the manner in which we did it, I thought was really good. Pochettino has been looking at Stefan de Vrij from Lazio for his Spurs team. Let's have a quick look then at the schedule. So we've got Tronchin coming up next. We've got Sassuolo, Chievo, Udinese, Bologna, etc. I think what we'll do, guys, is we'll play the Tronchin game off camera. We'll bring you the highlights of that, though, but we will be back for our next game, which is going to be against Sassuolo in episode number 2. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Remember, smash a like on the video down below. Share it to ever social media channels you've got. Any comments you've got on the video, remember to leave them in the comment section down below. If you're a Milan fan, come and let me know. Who do you want me to sign? Who do you want me to play? Where do you think we'll finish in the league? A lot of questions still to be answered. But again, guys, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you again in episode number 2.